Okay, let's dive into this explainer. I want you to think about your morning routine for just a second. You know, most of us never actually stop to think about what we're really selling every single day, literally without exception, without even questioning it. We wake up, we get ready, we commute to some building, or maybe just crack open a laptop on the kitchen counter. And the crazy thing is, in doing all that, we unknowingly sell something incredibly precious.
We sell our time. It is the one asset in your entire life that can never, ever be replaced. It can't be refunded, you can't earn it back. Once an hour is gone, it is just gone forever. Think about it. You can always make another dollar, right? But you can never, ever make another minute.
Which brings us to a massive question. What happens when you stop selling your hours? Now, I am not talking about retiring or suddenly rage quitting your job or giving up on work altogether. No, I'm asking the ultimate question. What happens when you build something where the money just keeps coming in, even when you are physically completely absent from the equation?
Section 1. Two versions of Tuesday.
Let me paint a really vivid picture for you of two contrasting paradigms of living out the exact same day. Let's look at version 1 first. It's kinda heavy, isn't it? You wake up at 7 a.m. Immediately, you grab your phone and boom, there's a manager's email glaring at you about some meeting that, let's be honest, definitely could have been a quick message. You rush through your commute, you start working, and you catch yourself staring at the clock way more times than you'd care to admit. You come home exhausted. You eat, you endlessly doom scroll, you sleep, and tomorrow, you just repeat the whole shebang. But then, look at version 2. You still wake up at 7 a.m., but this time when you check your phone, you see that while you were fast asleep, 3 sales actually came in from a digital product you created, say, 8 months ago. Your investments just grew quietly in the background. Your very first decision of the day isn't dictated by a blaring alarm clock or a totally stressful inbox. It's based entirely on what you actually want to do with your day. It's the exact same Tuesday, but it's a completely different life.
The core difference staring us right in the face here is incredibly simple. Money is no longer attached to time. That decoupling, actually breaking that link, is the singular most powerful distinction between those two radically different lives.
Section 2. 3 hidden life shifts. And this brilliantly illustrates how deep this goes. While most people think of financial freedom purely in terms of dollars and cents, more money equals more options, the actual changes go way deeper into the very psychology of how we live and breathe. Look at decision-making, for instance. When your income requires your physical time, literally every decision is made from a place of scarcity. You're constantly asking yourself, can I afford the time this will cost me? If you take a week off, well, you lose a week of income. But when that income is unlinked, that scarcity filter just vanishes. You start operating from abundance. Decisions stop being about what you can afford to lose and actually start being about what you want to choose.
Let's move to the next row and see how this alters our relationship with risk. When you only have one single income source that's tied to your daily hours, risk is absolutely terrifying. Losing a job means losing literally everything, so you play it painfully, painstakingly safe. You end up tolerating situations that just do not serve you. But when money flows independently, risk totally transforms into a strategic tool. Suddenly, you can negotiate that raise you deserve. You can take a real chance on a new business idea, or you can comfortably walk away from a toxic environment because walking away no longer equals complete financial disaster.
And then there's perhaps the most beautiful shift of all. Time stops feeling like a scarce resource and becomes true ownership. When every hour has a literal dollar sign stamped on it, simply resting feels like a financial loss. Taking a random afternoon off feels lazy, or playing feels like a quote-unquote waste of earning potential. But when that link is finally broken, time stops being this depleting resource that you're constantly running out of, and it goes back to being something that simply, wholly belongs to you.
I actually want to take a strategic pause right here. Just let this philosophical weight sink in for a second. What would you do with your time if money was no longer attached to it? Think about it. Like, really think about it. I'd absolutely love for you to drop a comment below and share your thoughts. It's a pretty profound thing to consider, isn't it?
Moving on to Section 3, the myth of overnight success.
We really need to completely dismantle this false idea that financial freedom is some sudden, dramatic event where you just cross an invisible finish line, the income is magically flowing, and suddenly life is completely different overnight. Honestly, it does not happen that way. Freedom is actually built in quiet, almost invisible stages that you barely even notice until you look back. It's a highly pragmatic, 4-stage progression that anchors you to reality. So let's walk through exactly how this quiet progression actually works. We start right here at stage 1.
This is where your passive income covers just one single bill. Maybe it's your cell phone bill or, I don't know, a monthly streaming subscription. It's small, yes, but for the very first time in your life, something is being paid for completely without your direct hourly effort. It provides the ultimate proof of concept, and let me tell you, that feeling is completely unmatched.
Then we graduate to stage 2. This is where your passive income covers something genuinely meaningful. We are talking about a car payment, or a week's worth of rent, or maybe your monthly grocery bill. Think about the mental weight of that for a second. Something you used to actively stress about is now just handled, automatically, on the back end. The stress simply erases itself. It's huge.
So the crucial point is right here at stage 3. This is where your passive income covers your basic needs. We're not talking about extreme luxury here, just the rock-solid foundation. The profound shift at this stage is that any future hour of work you do from this moment forward becomes a pure, unadulterated choice. Work is no longer a strict necessity for basic survival.
And finally, we arrive at stage 4. This is where your income actually exceeds your needs. This is where that highly idealized version 2 Tuesday we talked about earlier finally steps out of your imagination and becomes your actual everyday waking reality. But I have to give you a massive warning right now. Don't give up in stage 1 just because the bill feels too small. This is without a doubt the most common pitfall. Most people never ever reach stage 4 simply because they abandon the system way too early. Covering a $20 subscription just doesn't feel like true financial freedom to them, so they quit. But that small bill isn't insignificant. It is literally the beginning of the entire journey. Which brings us to section 4, building towards stage 1.
So how do we actually execute on this? Right now, today, well, I want to deliberately strip away the overwhelming, massive goal of financial freedom. Just forget stage 4 for a moment. Direct your absolute focus to the number 1. Pick just one single passive income stream to cover one single bill. Build it until that one bill is covered. Then you build it until it covers 2. Establishing this initial proof that the system actually works is the most motivating force in the entire world. These stages aren't just destinations, they are absolute proof that the next stage is possible.
I want to conclude this explainer with this thought. That morning is coming. Build toward it. The day you stop trading time for money is not a single miraculous day. It's built through a series of small, quiet victories. Quiet days where something small is covered that wasn't before. Until one morning, you wake up, you check your phone, and you realize the day belongs entirely to you. So I'll leave you with this final thought. What is the very first bill you are going to automate this month? Keep building, and I'll catch you in the next explainer.